Man, listen, this is probably the best baked beans recipe I've ever tried. So, you are in the right place if you're looking for a baked beans recipe for your next barbecue. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, guys. So, we about to attempt some baked beans. My last attempt I wasn't very happy with, so we're trying something different this go around. So we have bushes. I got one of the brown sugar hickory and one of the maple and cured bacon. I have some barbecue sauce, some apple cider vinegar, some garlic, some mustard, some ketchup, some molasses, some andouille chicken sausage, some onions, some brown sugar, lots of ingredients, some liquid smoke. I got a lot going on here, some bacon. Okay, so this is what we're starting off with. I really hope I'm taking these beans to a gathering, so I really hope this is going to be enough beans because I'm not going to be able to go to the store to get any other ones. So I'm really just winging this, you guys. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how they turn out. This is just a series of me getting advice from people, me checking out videos and things like that, recipes and stuff to kind of formulate my own thing. So I'll do my best with measurements for you guys because, again, I'm really just winging it. The onions I usually buy chopped frozen onions and bell peppers and stuff because in case I don't use the whole thing, I can just freeze it. So this is very good and convenient. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to brown the bacon, and then I'm going to put the onion in there and a little bit of this garlic. This is what I have. I don't really recommend this, but this is just what I have. So I'm praying that this is going to be a good amount of beans and I don't have to go and get another can. Okay, so yeah. Alright, so I got some bacon brewing here, you guys. So I'm going to cook this bacon. I have about 4 slices in there. That might be all I do for this. I may not need any more. So once the bacon gets brown, then I'll add some onions, garlic, and things like that into here before I add any of the other ingredients, you guys. Okay, so I've added about a half a cup of these chopped onions to here. And then I'm going to add the sausage. This is a 12-ounce bag, and I used all but one of the links. So I think there was 5 links. I chopped up 4 of the links. That should be enough for 2 cans of beans. And again, you guys, this is the bacon drippings in here. I took the bacon out. Here's the bacon over here on a plate with the chopped up links. So I'm going to add the chopped up links once the onions cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to toss that garlic in there before I start adding all the other stuff. Also, you guys, I preheated my oven to 350. So I don't remember if I said that, but yeah. So I'm going to cook this down a little bit. Then I'm going to add that sausage and let it brown up real good and start adding the other things to it as well. So like I said, you guys, I'm kind of winging this again. Yeah. Alright, y'all, look at that. So now I have my sausage in here browning. Make sure we get a good color on this sausage before we start adding other things. But yeah, I like to have a good color on the sausage, and it brings out the flavor of it as well. So yeah, so cook the sausage up, and then before the sausage, when I start turning them over, then I'm going to add that garlic in there. But I put this in here with the onions because I want the onions to be cooked down. So alright, so sausage is looking very, very good, you guys. So let me go ahead and add about a tablespoon of this garlic here. Maybe a little more. And now you don't need a whole lot. Unless you love garlic, like I do. Y'all, I promise you, when I opened this jar up, like my mouth just started watering. Like, oh my gosh, it smells amazing. It smells amazing, y'all. Okay, I have added the beans, you guys. And when you add the beans, you want to turn your burner off. Okay, because you're not trying to cook the beans. They're already cooked. Okay, so we're going to add the rest of our ingredients in. Okay, so looking at the amount of beans in the pot, this is definitely not the amount that I was expecting. Okay. I'm going to add about 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of molasses, make it a little sweet. Try to get all of it in there, y'all. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. A couple teaspoons of mustard. This is kind of running out, so we'll do a couple teaspoons of mustard. I don't really need a lot of that because we have that vinegar. And then a couple drops of the liquid smoke. You don't need a lot of this, you guys, because yeah, it'll get crazy real quick. A little bit of liquid smoke up in there. Stir it up again. Turn the heat off once you add the beans. And then a ton of barbecue sauce. So probably about, this is probably about 3/4 of a cup. If all this comes out, then it is. So that's about 3/4 of a cup. Okay, y'all, so I added another can of beans and then I adjusted the ingredients accordingly. But I will have the ingredients for the 2 cans in the description box and you can adjust accordingly. I just didn't feel like the 2 was going to be enough for what I need it for. So I broke up that bacon, cut it into pieces. The pieces aren't very small. I like it kind of chunky. Just mix that in there like so, and then we're going to put it in the pan and bake it for 45 minutes to an hour because it needs to thicken up. Okay, so beans are in the oven now at 350. So I'm going to start the timer at 45 minutes and go from there. Whoops. Start the timer at 45 minutes and then go from there. All right. All right, so this is fresh out the oven, you guys. Look at that. It looks delish. So what I'm about to do is stir this up, you guys, so we can get it ready to go. All right, so this is the beans stirred up. It looks absolutely delicious. And like I said, I did cook it for 45 minutes. So yeah, that is it, you guys. Let me know if y'all tried this recipe. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, y'all. Of course, I always appreciate you watching. Peace out.